Hey everybody, welcome back to IP Farms. Well, it's another beautiful day here. Quite warm in the 70s, sun shining, birds are chirping. Loving every minute of it. Well, look what showed up here at the farm today. A little 2-row Alice corn planter. A buddy of mine had this that I worked with. He had refurbished some parts and pieces on it, was going to use it in his garden. Just wasn't going to work out with his tractor, the spacing and everything in the rows. So he asked if I'd be interested in it. Pretty much pennies on the dollar, you know me. And it is a working operational planter, ready to go in the ground if need be. The only thing major wrong with it is missing the fertilized hoppers, of course, which my big one doesn't have it either. I plan to, take care of that if I went fertilizer route with a cultivator with fertilizer hoppers on it. But anyway, it's just another little addition here to the farm. It is quite small, don't everybody laugh. My other one's 6-row. I'll take you around here in a minute and show you that again for anybody that's new to the channel. I've had that for quite a while. It does need quite a bit of work, and I'll explain a little bit about that. And I'm not sure what all will be on this video, but can't beat it for the price. Okay, real quick, I was going to show you this Ford 6-row planter, 3-point hitch. I picked this up for pennies on the dollar about a year or so ago. It's all in order. The guy was planting with it about 6 months before I got it, but he set it outside with some bean residue still in it, and it rusted up some of the gears quite a bit. He already had some extra cans with it. I had everything broke loose and moving free when I got it, and of course other projects came into play and pulled it around here, and here's where it's been sitting. This is why I have so much issue with storage. I mean, you can't have a planter sit outside and expect it to work. I do have, like I said, all the cans for it, and they're in the building over here, but nothing's wrong with it other than it's got 4 rubbers on the tires and 2 are missing, which a lot of them didn't have that. I've never personally seen a 6-row myself. I can't find a whole lot of information about them. They may not be any good, but my plan was eventually to cut it down to 4 rows anyway. But this is another huge project that'll take up a lot of time. Not to say that I'll get to that point before I need it, but if I do, pennies on the dollar on another planter, we'll have a way to put some crop in the ground, even 2 rows at a time. I overlooked the mess here in the storage building, but thought I'd show you all the cans. I've got them all there. Like I said, they're all in good shape. The bottom, one of them, I think maybe 2, are bad where that bean residue was left in it. But I've got 8 total. I was going to cut it down to 4 anyway. 2 of them are bad, so I still have 2 extra ones anyway. But there it is. There's a new, I think they call that a feeder beater for the gleaner gal I got from Cousin Scott. But anyway, I'll throw a card up here in this clip, hopefully if I can remember it, on the video where I went to get it that day. You see it all together. It does need quite a bit of work. Hopefully, unless plans change down the road, that'll be the planter that I end up using. Not to say that something else might come along that's in better shape or suits my needs better, but I couldn't pass up that little 2-row for the price. And worst case scenario, like I said, if I get ready for it and need it, I can plant 2 rows at a time like old school. Well, everybody, it's another day. Today's Saturday. Tell you a little bit about my adventure here on the end of the video, but show you a little bit about the drive shaft. I went today searching around for junkyards and had no luck. I've talked about it several times. This piece here and this piece were out of the 2-wheel drive truck here that we're working on, that we converted over. You can see up there in the front, the shadow's not too bad. Got the regular yoke on it for the transmission. That has to be done away with. And like I said, this is 2-piece. This is the shaft out of the Rusty one, the 4-wheel drive. So it has flanges on it. So this flange was for the rear end, and that flange up there was for the front end at the transfer case. So I was hoping to find a factory-made drive shaft, for a 5.4 liter long wheelbase extended cab truck. He had a bunch of diesels, had one that was gas that I did find, and the rear section of the drive shaft was gone. So basically what I'm gonna have to do is just go to the drive shaft shop and have one made. We've got to swap this out and put the flanges on both sides, and then this piece here from the carrier bearing up he'll have to put the flange on up there, and then this one has to be cut down, I think about 21 inches. I've got the measurements. So that way I'll have new universals, new carrier bearing, everything will be good. I was just hoping to find one at the junkyard, save me a little bit of money, but it wasn't a wasted trip on that aspect of it. We were able to pick up this unit right here. This is a 1 inch, looks like it's about 6, maybe 7 inches wide, 1 inch thick steel plate. It's a 5th wheel hitch, and it's pretty slick the way they did it. It's got 4 bolts here that bolt the side plates to the top plate, and then 3 bolts on each side for the frame. So you know, we won't have any flex in that 1 inch steel plate. It's already got the hole in it for the gooseneck ball, and it came off of a truck like this, so the frame width is the same. The only thing I'm going to do different is go right in here and weld this, and of course all the corners to weld this, you know, make it more than just the bolts. And then once we get it on the truck, then I'll weld down the sides here on the frame. I won't weld the top part but the sides, and that'll be plenty beefy. That's actually more than I've run in the past, and that'll save me a bunch of time. So let me get set up here. We'll probably just call this a little short video, me battling again, not much getting done, but I'll tell you the other experience I had right quick, and we'll go from there. A little update right quick on the truck while we're putting several things on this video. Everything is complete and ready. Everything's bolted back up, put in. I've got to put antifreeze and oil in it and get the situation done with the drive shaft, and it'll be ready. And I'm hoping that with that new 5th wheel hitch deal that I got there, that we can just spin the truck around, get it backed in here, hook my chain fall up there to the main beam, and pick the back of the service body up, maybe use the cherry picker to pick the front of it up enough to get that in there and bolt it up and welded, and then change the fuel pump out, and then hopefully by that time we'll have the drive shaft. So I want to throw a little update in on the truck. It is very, very, very close. Okay everybody, we're going to wrap this one up and call the video. Hardly at all anything good on this one. The video format didn't go as I planned. There was something else supposed to be on this video. It didn't pan out for today, so we're just going to go ahead and wrap it up, and we'll just do a new video on that coming up. There is going to be a new to me piece of tillage equipment coming to IP Farms very soon, so stay tuned for that. Shows you the situation with the drive shafts. Showed you a little clip of the truck here. We're really, really close on the truck project finally, and especially with that 5th wheel hitch, I think it's really going to work out, benefit me. The planter. Shows you the planter, and after I got it here at the farm and did the video clip or whatever, I talked to Mr. Tim Flegel about it. He's the go-to Alice Chalmers man, and he gave me very, very, very detailed information about that. He's actually got one identical to it. I think he said his grandpa used to have one that they had taken 2 and put them together and made 4 rows, and he planted over 500 acres of corn with it for years. But seems to be that the hoppers that are on it are actually fertilized hoppers and not the original seed buckets, and he said they are very sought after because they're very rare, because they're usually rusted out. So I was able to get a lot of good information from him about it. He actually sent me some pictures of the book he has on it, so I should have all the details that I need. And he also sent me a link to get me a book off of it from eBay, so I ordered that. So definitely stay tuned for some upcoming videos on the planter. I told him that since it was kind of rare and you don't see a whole lot of them, most of the time they're supposed to hook to the snap couplers on, I think, WD-45s or WDs. And this one had been converted over 3-point, but he said it's in very good shape. So I promised him that I would throw a coat of orange paint on it and you know, bring a little Alice to the channel here in IP Farms. So if I can remember it, I'm going to put a link to his video either in the description or on a card here, where he's actually planting sweet corn in their garden with that planter, and you can see it work, and he gives a lot of detailed information about it there. So thank you for that, Tim. Like I said, I'm not sure which route I'm going to go. Pennies on the dollar with that one. It sounds like it's a very good unit, so you know, bad comes to worst and we do get ready, I can put seed in the ground 2 rows at a time. We've talked about that, but you know, if not, it will be something good later on. You know, long-term, way down the road goals is to have a big garden like my grandfather used to here besides the row crops, and if so, that'll be a good unit to put sweet corn in the ground with if I don't use it for other stuff. So thank you everybody for, you know, being here and watching and continuing to follow on the journey. I apologize for the content here. Definitely stay tuned. We're getting ramped up again. You know, got to do some bush hogging. We're going to get the loader out and start doing some more clearing, get some fields taken care of. And hopefully if this piece of tillage equipment works out sooner than later, then we'll get back on our little plan about, you know, getting something in the ground. hit a hitch with a disc plow, y'all know that. If I don't make it for spring and summer, then we'll be ready for fall for sure. So till next time, thank you.